New year means new resolutions, and if you're hoping to get a hold of your finances this year, it might be help to put together a financial plan. Here to tell us more on where to start is Peter Shashecki with Everything Financial. Peter, what is the best type of financial plan for people to commit to? A lot of people may think their lifestyle will have to change this year.
Yeah, Craig, the best thing to do with a financial plan, or the best way to have it end up really with the financial plan, is no change to your lifestyle. So it'll affect your life long term in a positive measure, but your lifestyle from day to day should not change. You should not have to suddenly make massive sacrifices and have your whole life turned upside down to have a successful start to your financial plan.
So it's not entirely about cutting down spending.
No, we hate that. I'm glad you didn't say the B word, as in budget. The plan really needs to start with your cash flow, and you need to take a good look inside and look at the numbers as a person and a family and see what the needs are, not the wants, and figure out definitely what you need. And a lot of time when people go through the cash flow, they find a lot of wants or maybe unnecessary things that they think are needs. And that's where the money can come to help out with the financial plan, so that you're not spending more money. In a really good, well thought out and well put together financial plan, your spending doesn't change. It just changes how you're spending the money and what you're putting the money to. But overall, you're spending the same amount of money so your family's life can continue on in a good, positive move forward.
I think this is on the top of mind of many people, especially here in BC and across the country, but it's also overwhelming. So where do you begin in a process like this?
Yeah, the cash flow and figuring out, and everyone thinks the financial plan, Craig, is, it's all about retirement. It's all about retirement. No, the financial plan should start out with, what are some goals or what are some things I need to achieve in the next 6 months to 2 years? The big thing about a financial plan, it should be pay yourself first. Because if it's all about 10, 15, 20 years down the road and no reward for you with your hard work today, you will regret doing a financial plan, or you just will never really get the strategies put in place, and you'll just stop. And then you're right back where you were with nothing going on. So it's really got to start with doing something short-term for you and your family today. And every financial plan, Craig, it should have something in there for a family vacation, or vacation for you and your spouse if there's no kids. Something for you first, to pay yourself first, not just about tomorrow.
And payday is a couple days away for many Canadians, especially here in BC as well. Is there a percentage of your paycheck that you should take away? Obviously, it depends on how much you make, but what's a reasonable amount that people should put away?
There's a lot of theories out there, Craig, about, you should put 5%, 10%, this stuff away. But that's just putting a Band-Aid or a get fix quick solution on a plan. It really, and I harp on this all the time, it really has to be individual for you, individual for your cash flow. And a lot of time these numbers are put out by the big banks to make people spend more or save more or put away more to RSPs than they really need to. You really do need, Craig, to go to basics. Figure out cash flow, figure out your goals, because what I or you may need to put away to reach certain goals, even that percentage is going to be drastically different, say, from someone who, maybe they're a first responder worker, they have a great pension, they've done some savings, and they really don't need to put away as much as someone else who doesn't have a pension. And that's part of the key, is you really need to break it down to the basics for what's good for you, and then figure out what the amount is. So you really do have to put the time in to do a financial plan, and it's not that difficult. And the best time to start is when you have nothing.
And Peter, just quickly here, obviously it's been a very challenging year, last several years when it comes to finances for many people. What have you been seeing? What are you hearing? And how is this year going to be different?
Well, in the past year, people have been reducing some of those strategies for the plan. So their plan might have taken a step backwards in the last year and a half. But this year, with inflation down quite a bit, we are going to see, from every economist, every bank, everyone's saying, so we're going to see quite a few reductions in interest rates. As we see reductions in interest rates, and maybe then you can get back on track with saying, okay, as the mortgage payments come down on a lot of those variable mortgage, which that's what the majority are in Canada, variable mortgages come down, I have increased cash flow, and now I can get back on track with the financial plan and the amortization on the mortgage. So look for look for a positive year, but take this time as a reset to get back on track.
Peter from Everything Financial. Thanks again, Peter, for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Craig, and Happy New Year.